Time now for our Life and Info segment, where we focus on information useful for your everyday life, whether you're in Korea or somewhere else around the world. Now, it's fair to say that we all crave something sweet from time to time, and the sugar rush seems to have hit new heights with the craze over brown sugar or black sugar beverages here in South Korea. Now, as delicious as they may be, I'm yet to try myself, it is raising concerns that people in South Korea are consuming too much sugar. We have our Oh Soo-young in the studio to take a look at this trend and to uncover some of the rather unsweetened truths about these particular drinks that are taking South Korea by storm. Thanks for joining us this morning, Sooyoung. So we're seeing a surge in these brown sugar and black sugar themed menus in coffee shops. Now they've spread out, they're available in most cafes, and we're even starting to see them pop up in convenience stores as well.
That's right. Black sugar, or brown sugar as some call it, has definitely been the flavour of the season. And the original brown sugar tea is said to have originated from a Taiwanese bubble tea franchise, which opened its doors in Seoul earlier this year. And since then, the rest has been history. Forget mocha frappuccinos or even cold brew coffee. From espresso-based drinks to bubble tea and ice cream, brown or black sugar is, well, the new black. This has spilled over to confectionery as well, as you said. You can see black sugar-flavoured popcorn, cake, flavoured milk, and all sorts of snacks in convenience stores now. Yeah, there's one of those Taiwanese black or brown sugar tea shops in my neighbourhood. There's always a huge line of people outside. Yeah, lots of people queuing up. I think that's the most popular one here. But it just makes you wonder, really, since the name suggests that it has a lot of sugar in them, how much sugar are we talking about in each of these drinks? Well, it really depends on which cafe you go to or who's making it, really. Yeah. So what I did was compile a list of some black or brown sugar tea beverages that are available in the most popular cafes. And as you can see here, they vary from 36 grams to nearly 60 grams of sugar in a cup of beverage, and that would be around 400 to 480 millilitres, and these are usually iced, of course. So in terms of teaspoons, that would be about 17 to 15 teaspoons of sugar. Well, that's quite incredible, really. 6 to 12 teaspoons of sugar in one of these drinks. But for the average adult, based on a daily intake of 2,000 calories, what would that amount to in terms of sugar then? Well, for the average adult, that would be about 50 grams. That amounts to about 200 calories or 12 teaspoons of sugar. But the WHO actually says we should aim for 5% of daily calorie intake, so that would be about 6 teaspoons a day. Well, so doesn't that mean that most of these sweetened beverages, even just one a day, would put us over that limit? Yes, you're right. To give you an example, why don't you pick a drink if you had the choice between maybe orange juice or a mocha frappuccino or maybe a can of Coke? OK, a can of Coke. OK. For a can of Coke, you would have 9 teaspoons of sugar. Right. So there's more sugar in one of these brown sugar beverages than there is in a can of Coke? Yes, definitely, because while they obviously come in larger cups, and also, you know, some franchises put in up to 20 teaspoons of sugar. Wow. I won't say which one, but they do. So, yeah, you should definitely look out for it. Yeah. And as you can see, most of our favourite beverages, like soda, a glass of orange juice in the morning even, and also vitamin water, which sounds incredibly healthy, but it's not. They all put us over the WHO's recommendations. Even vitamin water? Yes, even vitamin water, or vitamins, as the Americans say it. Right. So that's why this recent sugar rush has a lot of health experts worried, because obviously sugar isn't, you know, if you take it excessively, then it's not very healthy for you. And according to health authorities, those who consume more than the recommended intake have around 40% higher chance of developing conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, and fat around your middle.
When we chew and digest carbohydrates, they are broken down and absorbed slowly as glucose, our body's main source of energy. But sugar and brown sugar, which is very trendy right now, is absorbed quickly without the digestive process as they're made up of monosaccharides and disaccharides. So they can raise blood sugar levels very quickly and spark various addiction, symptoms, or ill effects. Sugar is also low in nutrients, but high in calories.
Yeah, it really is terrible for your health. There's no way around it, unfortunately. It's a shame it just tastes so good to all of us. But is there any other alternative out there, like syrups or artificial sweeteners? Are they any better for our health if you want to switch to them instead of sugar?
Well, these days, a lot of people mistakenly think that maple syrup or honey could be good substitutes. But obviously, if you take them in the excessive doses, then obviously that's also bad for you because they contain sugar as well.
Yeah.
And as for artificial sweeteners like xylitol, for instance, health experts say that they do give you maybe the same level of sweetness as sugar for a very small amount. But if you take it excessively, then it can have some harmful effects.
Syrup and sugar are similar in that they both raise blood sugar levels quickly. So in that respect, it doesn't make a big difference which you consume. As for sugar substitutes like xylitol, it is 300 times sweeter as sugar for a much smaller amount, which means lower calories. It's absorbed slowly too. However, it can cause diarrhea or abdominal bloating. This should also be taken in moderation.
Well, they do say sugar is addictive, and as much as it is rather addictive, we really need to stop ourselves from overindulging. I think that's the only solution, really.
Yeah, save your sweet treats for special occasions. I think that's the best advice for everyone.
Yes.
Sooyoung, thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure.